start with an overview from you, Robin.
Well, I mean, I just think that we picked a day that not to show up all together as a team. Obviously, the two that are here with me are the two that really played well, Keandra and Bay. But, you know, we kind of reap what we sow. And we have been playing around here the last couple games where obviously people are going to come out and play their very best basketball against us. But, you know, I just didn't think that we would have starters that were juniors and didn't really, you know, give it their all. They kind of came out and didn't perform. And it's been year after year we get to this big light that they don't do it. You know, the positive part is that we did have a great year. And, you know, we have some basketball left with the WNIT. So what we have to do is kind of regroup tomorrow, Monday practice, and see where they send us, and you know, see what we can do now to prepare for this the following year.
Okay, we'll start off with questions for the student athletes real quick. Here's the mic.
Matt Bay, Beaumont Enterprise. Bailey, at least from my estimation, it seemed like that was your best performance of the year. Did you feel that way, and what maybe enabled you to have the kind of performance that you did tonight?
I mean, I guess I could say it was one of my better games this year. But being here is definitely a different feeling from all around. You know, the team was really hyped, and you know, it got me hyped, and I wanted to come out and play the very best game, which I, you know, obviously didn't think would be my last, you know, here. But you know, I just wanted to come out and give a good showing and make sure I wasn't the one that, you know, didn't show up. So.
Let's get the water over here.
Thank you.
Okay, next question. Another one? Okay, Matt.
Keandra, at points there, it seemed like maybe y'all's best offense was on the boards with you getting the rebound. When the team is kind of struggling there, like you guys were to find the basket, was that the mindset from you at least to try to, you know, do everything you could offensively on the boards?
I mean, all season I've been crashing the boards hard, and today was no different. So I just wanted to, you know, help my team out and get more possessions on the offensive end, and hopefully, if I had it, outscore it.
Cassidy Kings, University Press. Watching y'all play from freshman year till now, and seeing y'all grow to this team, you know, what has that journey been like? I know it's not the ending you guys wanted, but you guys both played your heart out.
It's rough. It's a rough feeling right now. You know, I like I said, I wasn't expecting it, you know, to come in and end this way. You know, obviously this year was probably the best year since I've been here that we've had this opportunity to play, especially with Keandra. You know, the feeling's tough, but you know, the journey, looking back at it, it went by quick. You know, just looking back at it, it was a fun experience. You know, obviously I wish it would have ended differently, but it was great while it lasted.
Keandra?
Yeah, just to piggyback on what she said, it's been a roller coaster ride, but it's been fun. I wish it would have ended differently, but we gotta keep moving forward and just focus on what's next.
Well, I think y'all played a super game, although you might have came up a little short. Seemed like the basket moved a lot on you all. You missed a lot of shots. If you can count the shots that you missed, y'all won the game. Would y'all like to elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, some shots weren't falling for all of us really. There at times, you know, on a run that Nichols had, I mean, it just seemed like the basket, like you said, was moving. But that's on us a lot too, because we've got to come together as a team and realize that, you know, we think that we are the better team, and we've got to be able to realize and calm down on the court and make that basket stop moving. So if I could say anything about that, it was, you know, we maybe had lack of composure during the third quarter.
I also think shot selection had a big thing to do. We didn't take the best shots down the stretch, and we normally knock down some of those open looks, but we weren't knocking it down in the third quarter especially. But shot selection definitely had to play a part in it.
Okay, any more questions for the student athletes? Girls, we'll excuse you, and we'll have questions now for Robin. Thank you. Good luck next week. Okay, John?
John Thompson, Houston Media Source. Coach, in the third period, what did you have to say to your players, because you had got behind quite a bit?
Well, I mean, we were just trying to say how much time was left in the game. There's 16 minutes, there's 14 minutes, there's plenty of time. We're only down 10. So we were trying not to panic and just let them chip away. We also said, there's not a 10-point play, so just start playing our basketball. And we did at the end, but we ran out of time. And, we shot the ball 79 times, so it wasn't like we weren't getting looks. I just didn't expect the players who really didn't show up today to have that kind of day. But if you look at what Nichols did, they had the player of the year. That kid just put that team on their back. The rest of them, played well. They still had 2 other ones with 17 points. And when you go 10 for 15 and 5 for 7 from three-point land, she doesn't make mistakes. And that's why she was player of the year. And she just carried them. And if they win the championship at the end, I won't be surprised, because it just takes out one kid who every single game she's consistent and she shows up. So hopefully our kids will learn from that experience and get to the WNIT and start making an impact, to get used to the bright lights when they come on.
How do you think the game's going to turn out tomorrow between the two teams?
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be a great game. What's coming up next? These two teams are coached very well. They have a lot of talent. But I think it's really whoever has the most juice left in the tank and who wants it the most. And, there's things about 50-50 plays and the right balance and it rolls your way. And, it just seemed like every time it was time for us to get a break, we couldn't get it. We just couldn't get over that hump. But, it's going to be a great ball game. And, that's what's good for our conference.
Okay. Cass?
One of your top players tonight, Chastity Bars, was off. How do you feel that threw off the harmony of the entire team?
Well, I mean, obviously we rely on Chastity to do a lot of things for us. And, we're not upset that she didn't get a good look offensively. But, there's point-blank layups that she missed that was making us crazy. And then she lost her composure. And she got us here. But, she just was unraveling. And we took her out for a second, thought maybe we'd calm her down, and you're looking at who she has to help her. She has JP, who was a freshman. JP was really nervous, and then she did calm down. But these kids just have to know that they have to just show up no matter what, and forget about everything else. We had a great attendance. Our fans came out to watch us. It was set up perfectly for us to be successful, and it was nobody's fault but Lamar's. You can't blame it on the officials. They did a great job. And I don't say that very often, but, they did a great job. And, our fans were in it for us. It was just us. And there's no excuse.
Matt?
Coach, you mentioned it a little bit, but what can the WNIT, what can that do for this team kind of moving forward?
Well, I think that, obviously, it'll help us get used to playing back-to-back. It's still a great tournament. And, it's can you go to the WNIT and get that first win? Because once you get the first win, then everything gets cut in half. And then from there it gets a little bit smaller. But, it'll help them with their confidence. It'll help them build on next year to see, that they were at a tournament, which is what we definitely want to do. I don't want to tell you that, I was a number 2 seed sitting here and I don't know if I'm going to go to postseason play. So, it's just a matter of for the future. And they just kind of take what happens wherever we go, whatever seed we get. Now I think that our RPI will drop a little bit, so we might go in there and, if we look at our luck in the years behind, we played a Southern Mississippi team that was ranked 39th RPI one year, and they killed us. So it matters who we get up against, and as long as we go and we play our game, and it's the effort that we want, we'll be happy.
Okay, John, last question.
Let's talk about, you have a pretty young team, Coach. Could you elaborate on that for us?
We do. Obviously, we have 3 seniors, Bay, Keandra, and Dee. And, a bunch of juniors now that'll come up to be seniors. And, we have 5 freshmen on the bench, and one you see play a little bit, and we put in Lola for a second. But I think that even our young kids that are I I just was trying to dance with what brought me, you know, because we could have just scrapped everything and played some of those young kids. And they might have done okay, because when you're a freshman, you don't know what those lights, so what? You know, but I know that there's a great future. We are getting better. You know, we just got to keep recruiting and keep getting deeper. You know, we signed 3 kids early. They'll be great players. Obviously, we lose Keandre as a starter, but you know, ND, but it's anybody can come in there and fill those roles now. And you know, the 3 kids that we signed, they could come in and start. That's how good they are. They were All-American, McDonald All-American nominees. You know, which we've already signed them, so we can talk about them. And you know, so there's a great future for us. It's just, can we turn the bright lights on these kids, or what do we have to do to make them not show up? And that's what we have to figure out, or I guess we have to just put them in better adverse situations in practice. Yep.
Robin, good luck next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.